Copenhagen FinTech. And, we have a company called BlockTech, and as the name indicates, we're working with blockchain technology. So we've been around for this for nearly 2 years. We're now 6 full-time developers in the space, doing various projects within blockchain. Bitcoin is one of them. We've been doing something into Ethereum, which is one variant, Hyperledger, stuff like that. But for 1 year ago, there wasn't that much, I would say. The interest was there about what was blockchain, and still there are, but now there seems to be more interest to really build something on the blockchain. But I would say until now we have been trying to prepare ourselves for the big wave. So we are kind of standing on the beach waiting for the waves to come in. So we have the surfboard and everything is ready. So we have teamed up, and what we did 1 year ago was trying to get our head around the technology and thought about what should we build a prototype. So
we deliver services.
So maybe we wait with
Okay. Hi, I'm Thorkild. I'm a co-founder of a Danish company called Grothe-Moller.
Should we run it? We can do it. Yeah.
We're trying to bridge the gap.
Or should we just? Yeah, just the introduction. 1 year ago, we thought about what should we build, because we want to really try to, at least for ourselves, say how can we build solutions on a blockchain? What is it actually in a more technical space? I mean, what is it, and make something useful for it. So we thought about that maybe this monopoly could be a great way to illustrate what can a blockchain be used for, because most people actually know monopoly. It's a micro society, so it has every aspect. You have banks, you have buildings, you have people, you have the people that game into it, and we have money. So so we saw that you could actually do everything what's up in discussion. I mean, it could be interbank relation, trading. It could actually be supply chain management. If you think about a hotel you buy, you not just buy it, but you maybe create it by getting all the bricks and everything you need, and you have the kind of supply chain management space. So you can actually tune into different areas of monopoly and make it very interesting and relevant for the blockchain. So we also thought about that it could be a great way to sell in what can it be used for in an organization like a bank. Because how do we get your employees involved in blockchain discussions if it's all about technology, block size and all that stuff, but more when it comes to applications. So we thought this game kind of thing could be a great way to open up a discussion, and maybe internally discuss where are the lowest hanging fruits, where can we get most benefit out of blockchain by kind of playing a game like this. So where we're standing now, we spent 1.5 months to create this, and I made a video, and I would say less than 24 hours there was an article on bitcoin.com. I think someone picked it up. I don't know why or how, but it seems to trigger some keywords. So they made an article, and I have got really good comments and feedback on that. But we haven't got further, but I still think it's a good idea that build this prototype. It's still a prototype, and it needs much more work. But if someone here can see any sponsors for that, then you're welcome to contact me. But I think I will start just playing this video. It's 5 minutes.
On the blockchain, which is a platform for learning and experimentations. So companies go, we're seeking partners or sponsors.
Can
Our
you
mission is to develop
get the
something
tone
like
up?
this. Multiplayer game running in a web browser, storing transactions and smart contracts on the
Oh,
blockchain.
okay.
Display balance of money, titles, and buildings by the boss on the blockchain. So why use Monopoly?
Try the remote control,
Easy
which is
because
on the
it's
TV.
known by most people. It reflects a real system and is a perfect stage for trying out blockchain technology. We serve these two.
Super duper.
I love technology. I love technology. Exactly. Always.
Not really sure that works.
Always like it. As soon as you do something more complicated, it's like a joke. Just start from the computer again.
Yeah, turn the TV off. and
Turn the
start
TV off and do.
with- Don't touch any defaults.
It's much easier. Yeah.
Cycle the power. Cycle the power.
Exactly. And if nothing works,
You were trained by Microsoft, I guess.
don't try it. Yeah. Do it the simple way. We have the password there. I get it for you. Somewhere there. There, I need to take a photo. It's always funny.
What are you doing now?
The Monopoly DM can now be accessed via web browser. Users can sign up or sign in.
Exactly.
How's the world economy going? Send us
Yes.
a card and,
Exactly. Welcome.
nice to see you again.
Public and the blockchain.
Accessibility. Well, items void.
Well.
On the top of the web page, each user has his own panel,
You
where
can
they can
get the
send
tone.
tokens in the form of Monopoly
Better?
dollars,
No.
MOD,
But if
and
I'm
real
60
estate
something,
properties.
Give me that.
They can also monitor their own
Please,
transactions.
it's a remote control. How
Below
hard
they
can
can
you
see
control?
transactions. This is the current state of Monopoly on the blockchain. If you're interested to participate.
I suggest you just go with your description.
Yep.
Yeah, kind of. But you see, if you Google blockchain
blockchain.
and Monopoly, you will find an article which will lead you into this video. Yeah, the idea was to try and to make an application that could bridge the gap between the technology and a user-friendly interface where people could kind of feel comfortable doing actual stuff. Doing like transaction with a bank, buying a hotel in Monopoly, stuff like that. So that's where we stand right now in terms of this prototype. So yeah. Besides that, we do a lot, as I said, in bitcoins. We have some developers on developing a platform for selling bitcoins. Yeah. And
So what kinds of things could somebody do with this? I'm interested in developing a blockchain application, and I want to try some things out. I can use this to learn about blockchain, but I can also trial some ideas using this.
I would say the idea is that could be inspirational for some people that want to try out something in their organization, and then we could come in and modify the application so it will fit into what they know. So it's more into their space. So it's not so much about blockchain, but it's more about applications in relation to their business. And from there, trying to explore different ways to achieve some efficiencies, stuff like that. So that's what we're trying now to achieve, that getting contact with companies that like to explore this area.
Would you consider making a crowdsourced quiz game with your technology?
Yeah. You mean make some crowdfunding?
No, crowdsource the questions and give people points. Air miles, if you will, for participating. Or for users.
We're now going to hear from the Global Business Council.
They still have a discussion. Let them
I'm sorry.
finalize, just let check.
Yeah,
Get
you mean
connected.
another application of the blockchain, kind of that? Yeah. I mean, this whole crowdfunding thing, concept seems to be very direct on what blockchain is about.
Yeah, but don't remove the word funding. Think in terms of content or crowdsourcing intelligence or crowdsourcing editorial work. So you were to
Yeah,
have
you have to, yep.
a bunch of people who were contribute to a quiz game platform. You have to have somebody actually volunteer their time to write questions about a given topic. And you could reward them somehow with the coin.
You lost it?
No, I have
Could
it
be.
pulled back.
You have it?
Not really sure. I
What
mean,
read about that.
sometimes I also think we should question is, do we really need a blockchain database, because it is a database, or could we also use a normal conventional database which is much faster and much cheaper? So I'm not really sure if we need.
Oops.
I mean, when it comes to moving values around, I think blockchain is fantastic. When it comes to hold some information that is not that critical.
Erica, we can see you from the side. You hear us?
Yeah, give us a second. One second. Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
As many seconds as you like. Yes, we can hear you.
Good.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
You want to go make an
Will
introduction?
we be able
Go.
to hear that?
That remote is a study in
Yeah.
poor usability.
Ken? Yeah, I'm here.
Yes. Can you
Ken
hear us
will make
okay?
a short introduction.
Yes.
Using the
Okay,
camera
so-
on the computer rather than something else, because we can now see Ken's arm very closely. There's a camera there. That's
The
one
camera
that's
from the computer, not look at the computer.
Huh?
The camera is on the computer, the screen of the computer.
So what do you want us to do?
If
You want to talk to the
computer
computer closer. He needs to see us or you, then you have to stand in front of the computer.
You have to take care of this camera.
We can't move this. This is the point.
Yeah, but
We can. It's on the cable. We can. Okay. Perfect. We need another person.
can
We
see
have
us.
technical issues. Sorry.
who is talking?
Okay. Can you see Ken as well and the room?
We can see.
Come a bit here, Ken.
No,
No,
This is fine. Don't
You
worry,
do.
this is good.
Okay.
Come on, you do.
So we have here Mr. Voss, who is with the Global Business Council, which was recently formed between Covington and Bitfury. And it's a global initiative to promote blockchain and provide education on blockchain. And I will allow Mr. Voss to elaborate.
Hi everybody, nice to be talking to you. I'm here together with my colleague Vera Copeland, and I don't know if we will have met any of you, so perhaps brief introductions. We both work together with Erica, who is with you. I'm a partner at Covington, which, as some of you may know, is a US-based law firm. We've been around for about 100 years. And in Brussels, I have the European Public Policy and Government Affairs team, which works together with our legal colleagues on a range of policy issues, mainly in technology and life sciences, but in other areas as well.
Please, sorry, try to speak slowly because the sound is not very good, and we need you to be more, not so quick because it will come better, the sound. Sorry about that.
Okay.
And my name is Vera, and I'm a lawyer working in the public policy team, mainly specializing in tech. And I'd like to start by saying Happy St. Patrick's Day.
That's true.
Okay. And my father's birthday, in case you know. We had sent through a presentation, but I don't know if that's made it to the group. If not, then we'll just sort of speak along the lines of the presentation. We thought it would be useful just to talk briefly about what we as a firm are doing for blockchain, then about the Global Blockchain Business Council, and then if it's of interest, we can tell you a little bit about some of the European policy initiatives related to blockchain. I'll try not to speak too fast, but if I do, then please somebody stop me. My understanding from Erica is that many of you are working with blockchain or familiar with blockchain in some shape or form, so I will try to stay away from the basics and rather steer towards policy development and the Global Blockchain Business Council. But in a nutshell, as I mentioned, so Covington is a US law firm. We have our main offices and then large teams across the US on the West Coast and East Coast, and then a couple in Asia and elsewhere. And we've actually set up a specific blockchain task force inside the firm, which if you were to have a look at our website, you would find there. And we've really worked on a host of different things, working for blockchain companies themselves, working for financial institutions, looking into how they might use blockchain, also looking at it from an insurance point of view, liability point of view. So there's a lot of different things going on. Again, if you have a look on the site, you'll see who the various people are with the various responsibilities, and if there are any questions on that, let us know, and here I or Eric will be happy to put you in touch, or we can contact them directly. But moving specifically to the Global Blockchain Business Council, I became involved with them, frankly, by coincidence, because one of the founders of Bitfury, which is a leading blockchain company, and the person who is now the chairman of the Global Blockchain Business Council, are both friends of mine from when I studied in the US. And I think it was actually, I noticed that one of them was posting an abnormal amount of articles and things about blockchain on Facebook. So I asked him about it, and it turned out that he had turned it into a full-time thing. His name is Grothe-Moller, and you'll see him if you have a look on the GBBC website. But basically, Bitfury has for several years been been supplying a full range of blockchain services. And their concern, which I think is correct, is that if we want blockchain to be a success, we need to set up the right conditions for it. And I think a few years ago, most people probably were not very familiar with the technology. In fairness, it is quite complicated, many people by now will have read about it in the newspaper or somewhere else. But if you ask someone to explain it, they would probably struggle. And an additional thing is that they had, of course, Bitcoin, which is the best known example, has a little bit of a mixed reputation. It's been a great success in some ways, but certainly at the beginning there were concerns about connections to money laundering or countries that perhaps had slightly disreputable governments and so on and so on. And so what Bitfury wanted to do was, together with others who are interested in the success of blockchain, set up some kind of coalition, which would be a place where they could talk about blockchain, think about what conditions were necessary for it to succeed, engage with regulators, educate businesses, and so on. So it's really a group of volunteers, if I can call it that, who are working together to try to make it a success. It was launched in Davos, in the margins of the World Economic Forum, in January of this year. And the hope when we started talking about this in, I would say, October and November, was that we would be able to get about 40 people to come to a dinner And at the dinner we had, among others, our colleague Carl Bildt speaking, who many of you will know as the former Prime Minister of Sweden, but also someone who's very involved in technology, among others, the global internet governance and so on. So he was one of the speakers. Don Tapscott, who you may know, who is the writer of a book on blockchain technology, and then a number of others. But in any case, we ended up having more than I think we had 97 people at the dinner. And that for Davos, frankly, is quite impressive, because people tend to be quite easily distracted. So there's a tremendous amount of enthusiasm, and following that, we have set up a list of founding members. I'm the member for the Netherlands, but for example, Hernando de Soto, who many of you will know, certainly by name, is the founding member for Peru. You know, it's a pretty good list of people, which again can be found on their website. But following that, on the 7th of March, so just a few days ago, they had the launch of the US chapter, and actually, as we speak, they're preparing for the launch of the Chinese chapter in Beijing tomorrow and Shanghai on the 20th. This is in part because one of the big supporters, or some of the big supporters of that DCR are Chinese, which, you know, I guess in some ways is a mixed blessing, but anyway. So that's where we are. It's as I mentioned, it's about education. They're trying to highlight innovations, again, trying to explain to those who are less familiar with the technology that it's not just about Bitcoin, but it can be really about, you know, real estate records. It can be used for election monitoring, for medical records, and so on and so on. And I don't know if any of you have had a chance to read an article in our history here, where the most interesting thing about it, certainly superficially, was the headline, or the title of the article, where it basically said that if there was one technology that was going to change the face of business in the next decade, that it was blockchain. And if you consider, you know, everything that's going on at the moment, that's a pretty big statement. That's of course great, but at the same time, you know, there are concerns about creating the right regulatory infrastructure to make it a success. You know, there are some concerns which have been flagged already. There are, and so one of the things that the GBBC wants to do, besides you know, promoting an understanding of it, is to promote a regulatory environment which will allow blockchain to grow and to thrive, but minimize any risks that may be associated with it. I think that's probably it.